The opening scene of the movie depicts a group of dancers putting on a show during the evening in the city's street, hip-hopping and break-dancing to the funky music in the background, each of them expressing their own style, creating a marvelous scene for the crowd. Our protagonist, Kate, joins the crowd with confidence and a genuine smile etched on her face and blends into the throng in seconds. She is a self-taught ballet dancer who has persevered diligently over the years. It's intuitive for her to do more than 10 pirouettes with ease, eliciting admiration and receiving compliments and applause from her colleagues before she bids them farewell and departs for her house. Once she arrives, we witness Bella, Kate's sister, engrossed in practicing ballet intensively in order to reach a professional level. By contrast, Bella grumbles at Kate's absence, for she is the only one who can support her since their mother passed away. Kate, on the other hand, reassures her sister and urges her to rely on their mother's tutoring videos instead, for they are the best source of talent. Before leaving, Kate informs her father of her journey to New York for the American Ballet Academy's audition. Nevertheless, completely immersed in his daily habit of inebriation, he ignores his daughter. On the threshold, with a mixture of excitement and frustration, Kate and Bella share an affectionate embrace. Their strong bond provides solace amid the uncertainties of the new experience ahead. With an unwavering resolve, Kate takes her road towards a path filled with high hopes. Upon reaching her destination, she hastily takes her bag and heads to the receptionist, inquiring about the audition room. Much to her embarrassment, she arrives late, prompting the judge, Jonathan, to stare at her with disapproval, highlighting the dance's fundamental principles, both discipline and respect, and a love of dance, most significantly, according to Cooper, one of the jury members, who intervenes all of a sudden with a reassuring smile, granting the dancers 15 minutes to warm up. Kate begins to practice her smooth movements. Shortly after, the audition starts with high spirits. As the dancers stand in line, Jonathan keeps instructing them, examining their refined moves and body alignments, advising one of the candidates to stay on her standing leg instead of hanging on the bar. He questions her name only to know that she is the daughter of Richard von Stroh. Approaching Kate, he praises her port de bras, introducing herself as Kate Parker, Billy's daughter, much to her annoyance when Jonathan ignores her. Pairing the candidates for the pas de deux, we depict Kate dancing with fervent passion, with each step flowing into the next, as if choreographed by the very essence of her soul. She succeeds in capturing Cooper's attention, as well as Tommy, who observes her through the audition room's door, commending Kate's perfect moves. Shortly after the audition concludes, Tommy compliments Kate's form before heading to his own test, leaving her quite surprised, but also pleasantly appreciative of his recognition. Eagerly awaiting the results, we depict Kate consumed by anxiety, prompting her to ease concerns by eating a sugary snack. In the meantime, the jury members gather to vote for those who are talented enough to join the academy. One last place is left. Jonathan opts for Suzanne von Stroh. Cooper, on the other hand, voices his disapproval, claiming that Kate's skills are indeed higher and deserve to be admitted over Suzanne. He acknowledges that Jonathan is choosing her not because of her talent, but instead for financial considerations, since her father keeps funding the academy. Cooper admits that Suzanne indeed has excellent techniques, yet she remains a typical student. However, Kate has a unique talent. Jonathan, ever stubborn, still believes that Kate is too raw. In an attempt to change his mind, Cooper assures him that she will eventually turn the corner with her moves during classes. Yet Jonathan is determined to choose Suzanne. They both have a face-to-face confrontation, with Cooper challenging him to break the mold of the unjust admission norms based only on families' names and wealth. Soon, Cooper grabs his bag and quits the room, disappointed. Outside, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife as we depict the candidates on tenterhooks, awaiting the final results. Shortly after, the results are finally revealed, much to Kate's sorrow when she discovers that her name is nowhere to be found on the list. On the other hand, Suzanne celebrates her admission. Injustice thrives when fairness is overshadowed by bias, and equality becomes a mere illusion in the hands of privilege. Tommy himself is also among the admitted. Kate, carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, strolls down the street, drowning in a sea of thoughts following her unexpected, gut-wrenching failure. Since she has no port in the storm, she finds solace in her car to spend the night. While she is out for the count, her sister Bella calls her, wondering whether Kate made it or not. Sensing her sister's excitement, Kate, not wanting to rain on her parade, reveals that she has been admitted, much to Bella's delight. Bella has always considered Kate her North Star, and the latter doesn't want her sister to give up on her dreams. With no clear vision in mind, Kate decides to stay in New York. The following morning, determined, she heads to the academy, where she encounters Cooper. She addresses him, begging for a chance, for she believes that she is talented enough to be admitted. Alas, Cooper delivers the harsh truth. The school is highly selective. Undeterred, she promises him to put all of her might into practicing. But despite acknowledging her potential, Cooper can do nothing to admit her. Crestfallen, Kate prepares herself to depart when Cooper stops her, asking her why she believes she wasn't accepted. With a grieved tone, Kate admits that maybe she wasn't as good as the other candidates. Cooper, on the other hand, tells her if she really thinks that way, she must go back to the place she came from, a statement that makes her question her decisions. Heartbroken, Kate seeks solace in the stairs to calm down the relentless whirlwind of thoughts in her mind. And while she is completely lost in her own realm, Tommy unexpectedly joins her, with his bag spilling posters of the Foundry. Curiously inquiring about it, Tommy reveals it as a lively nightclub, a seemingly unfitting place for a girl like her, prompting a slight grin from Kate. Puzzled by her smile, Tommy's attempt to seek an explanation is met with silence, urging him to demand pardon and depart. Shortly after, Kate heads to her car, only to find it missing. Questioning a man standing nearby, she learns that her car has been impounded. Another layer of sorrow is added. After spending the night in the streets, she heads to the tow yard, only to be taken aback when the officer informs her of the sum, $300. Unfortunately, faced with a financial problem, she is unable to pay. After spending the day walking around the streets until the night falls, she spots the posters that Tommy had earlier displayed on the street boards. Therefore, she decides to visit the club in order to escape her troubles. Once she is in, she finds herself in a crowded, vibrant place with pulsating music and energetic dancers. Spotting Tommy from afar, she immediately joins him, greeted warmly by his beaming smile. Introducing themselves, Tommy invites her for a drink. As he invites her to sit, Kate spots a girl from afar gazing at Tommy. Thinking that she might be interested in Tommy, she soon learns that she is the girlfriend of his friend Sal, the club's owner, and she is just sizing Kate up. With a mischievous smile, Kate decides to reveal her true self. She immediately heads to the DJ and demands a lively beat to ignite the atmosphere. She jumps onto the dance floor, her movements illustrating passion and allure. Approaching the crowd with seductive moves, she becomes one with the rhythm. She starts dancing with a palpable passion. Whereas, on the other hand, we depict Tommy's astonishment with her hidden talent. Kate captures everybody's attention, and we can feel the enjoyment vibrating through our screens. After the breathtaking show, Tommy expresses his amazement at Kate's skills in dancing, much to her joy, admitting that she burned up the dance floor with her captivating performance. Shortly after, Sal joins in, praising Kate for her dancing moves, extending her a job offer within the club. He admits that the club hasn't been this energetic for ages, and he would like to keep the ambience enthralled. Kate, in a tight spot, immediately accepts the job. One day, during the academy's classes, Cooper informs his students that he will be pairing them according to their mutual harmony. Much to Suzanne's evident delight when he matches her with Tommy to their chemistry, their relationship deepens with every stride they take as they begin dancing all together. In a scene of discovery and guidance, Cooper requires Tommy to give a performance. Willing to show Cooper how flexible and agile he is, Tommy gathers his bravery and begins dancing with all of his strength. Despite falling short of Cooper's expectations, the latter seeks to ignite his inner fire. Therefore, he gently asks Tommy to pay close attention to his dance techniques. Tommy watches in amazement as Cooper starts to dance with delicate accuracy. After he finishes his dance, he urges Tommy to find the missing spark within himself. Later that night, in the club, we depict Kate serving drinks when Tommy unexpectedly approaches her. Tommy, with a mischievous grin, asks for Kate's assistance, deeming that he lacks fire. Kate mistakenly misjudges his intentions and rebuffs his request, much to his dismay. Later, Kate immerses herself in the search for a suitable apartment. However, the money she amassed is insufficient. Therefore, she pays Tommy a visit, informing him that she is available for some dance classes since she is in need of money. She wonders if it is appropriate to train at the academy, but Tommy dismisses the idea. After a few moments of reflection, Kate suggests the club, but Tommy disappoints her once more. Sensing her annoyance, he finally agrees on the club as their training spot. In the ensuing scene, we depict Kate warming up and waiting for Tommy's arrival. Soon, Tommy joins her, eager to spend time together and to refine his techniques. Their connection is palpable in the air as we witness their graceful moves, with Kate instructing Tommy and guiding his steps. It is during their pas de deux that Kate discovers Tommy's surprising past as a former hockey player. In the following few moments, we depict Tommy embracing Kate's teachings during the class while pairing with Suzanne. His confidence is tangible. The sequences alternate between the moments of his instruction with Kate and his well-improved performance with Suzanne. In the following scene, we witness both Kate and Tommy at the club training. As Kate approaches him, she emphasizes that dance is all about connection and trust. She heads to switch up the music, pushing Tommy out of his comfort zone. Kate starts swaying with the music, and Tommy follows suit. They dance together, with Tommy's hands on her hips, a touch out of desire. In a magical moment, their faces met so close that they could almost kiss. However, Sal walks in, breaking the spell. Later at night, we find Kate immersed in counting her money. Finally, she had managed to gather the necessary amount to rent an apartment. The following morning, she visits the place, only to find a tiny apartment with no pleasant view. However, taking into consideration the exorbitant prices, she agrees to it. Going back to the academy, we catch sight of Tommy and Suzanne dancing marvelously, prompting Cooper to praise their partnership, revealing that they would be a suitable couple for the glass slipper event. Delighted by his commendation, Suzanne invites Tommy to go out, but the latter apologizes, revealing that he already has some plans for the night. Right after his departure, Suzanne sets out on a mission with her friend to uncover his whereabouts. In the club, while Tommy accompanies his friends in revelry, enjoying their drinks, Suzanne walks in all of a sudden with her friends. Taken aback, Tommy greets her, curiously questioning her presence. Suzanne claims that they make it downtown once in a while. Tommy finds himself obliged to invite them for drinks. While she is serving drinks, Kate catches the eye of one of Suzanne's friends, sensing that she looks familiar. Suzanne immediately approaches her, recalling her from the audition day. She mocks her, insinuating that she probably wasn't a good fit to be admitted. She goes on with belittling her. However, Kate remains silent. Kate, seizing the moment, hastily grabs Tommy by the hand and pulls him to dance together. She starts vibing to the enthralling music. Tommy expresses his awe at her movements and prepares to depart, only to be halted by Kate, who pushes him into the dance floor. We witness their lively, rhythmic moves, prompting the cheers of the crowd. On the other hand, Suzanne's face boils from rage. Therefore, she exits the scene. Soon, other dancers join in, forming an enthralling ambience. Later on, after the end of the party, we find Kate immersed in cleaning the club, while Tommy is keeping her company. He extends her an invitation for dinner the following night, but Kate politely dismisses his offer, saying that she has work to do. Undeterred, Tommy asks her out for lunch, but once again, Kate reveals that she is tied up too, much to Tommy's annoyance. In a last attempt, Tommy questions her about her day off, but she admits that she has none, leaving him frustrated. The next sequence takes us back to the club, where Kate and Tommy undertake their dance sessions. This time, however, they struggle with performing the shoulder lift position. After a couple of attempts and their relentless efforts, they can't pull it off. Trying once more, Kate's frustration grows as she fails to succeed. Tommy stresses the topic of the academy, informing Kate that the second audition is approaching. She rebuffs the idea of undertaking the audition again. However, Tommy, trying to motivate her, insists that she shouldn't quit. Instead, she must stay steadfast in her goals. Kate confides in Tommy that she has gone through a lot. She struggled to hone her skills, but didn't pass the test. Nevertheless, Tommy confesses that it wasn't easy for him either. He got smashed several times and suffered from injuries during his trainings, yet unfazed, he made his own choice. In a reassuring tone, he admits that she is a great dancer, and that her talent shouldn't be wasted. Kate, with eyes full of tears, confesses that she thought she was good, but ultimately, she was wrong. She recounts how she put every ounce of her soul into dancing, and how she made the choice to leave her town for New York, much to her grief that no one sees her efforts or her sacrifices. She falls on the stairs loaded with exhaustion and disappointment and pours her soul, revealing that her father was never a shoulder to count on, and Jonathan himself failed her high spirit with an unfathomable rejection. Tommy, with his face etched with grief, witnesses Kate's vulnerability. In the next scene, we depict Kate immersed in cleaning the club, lost in her own contemplations, when Sal emerges unexpectedly, asking her to have a rest. Kate, however, expressing her acceptance of the situation, dismisses the idea of taking a break. Sal persists, grabbing the glass from her hand, and requests gently that she leave and come back tomorrow with a fresh spirit. Once she steps out of the club, Tommy welcomes her with a genuine smile, wondering whether she is free for dinner. A sudden appearance brought her delight. Therefore, she consents to join him. Soon, after arriving at a fancy restaurant and settling into their seats, they engage in a cozy, spirited conversation, unraveling their deep personalities. Following their meals, They stroll down the streets, arriving next to a stunning fountain. Kate wonders curiously whether his hockey friends witnessed his dancing talent, which Tommy dismisses. She confesses that he is a good dancer, but before she can finish her compliment, Tommy draws nearer and leans in for a kiss. Under the droplets of rain, they start dancing seductively, lost in their own realm of affection. Later on, they head to Kate's apartment, enveloped with devotion. They end up in bed, sharing intimate moments. In the ensuing scene, while enjoying ice cream, Tommy spots Kate's picture with her sister, Bella. He believes that Bella is certainly proud of her. However, Kate, with a sorrowful countenance, confesses that her main goal on her journey to New York was to show her sister that she was able to accomplish her dreams, but she failed to do so. Yet Tommy emphasizes that trying itself is enough. Soon, Tommy informs Kate that he needs to go back to the dorm since it's late. He plants a fervent kiss on her lips and is about to depart when Kate pulls him back to the bed, ending up sleeping a peaceful night together. The next morning, Kate wakes up on cloud 9. She puts on her ballet slippers and embarks on a long day of training. She is determined to hone her skills. Following that, she meets up with Tommy for lunch. She shares with him the happy news of reapplying for the Academy's audition, much to his delight. Tommy takes her in a warm embrace. Kate, overjoyed, asks him to assist her in her practice sessions. We witness Kate in the following few sequences, within the familiar confines of the club, adhering to Tommy's instructions, guiding her patiently, and joining efforts to perfect her skills. Tommy attaches a ballet bar in Kate's apartment for more practicing hours and more time spent together. In the ensuing scene, we depict Tommy waking up next to Kate, and upon checking the time, he realizes that he is late. He hastily rushes to catch up with his lessons. In the meantime, Suzanne is paired with another guy, until Tommy arrives, stepping into the breach and taking his usual place next to her. Following the instructions of the teacher, unfortunately, Tommy cannot lift Suzanne, and they both bite the dust. Their friends rush to check on them. Tommy extends his hand to help Suzanne, but she gives him the cold shoulder. Tommy apologizes and confesses that his arm slipped. After the end of the class, Tommy approaches Suzanne, apologizing once more for dropping her. However, Suzanne, furious, warns him that he needs to shape up or ship out. She emphasizes that since they are partners, once he screws up, he makes her look bad. With a warning tone, she cautions him about blowing her shot for some late-night partying, then departs immediately, leaving Tommy frustrated. The scene shifts to Kate, who is depicted filling out the Academy's audition paper with a radiant smile on her face, persisting in her training in the club. Simultaneously, once Tommy walks into the Academy, the receptionist addresses him, informing him that Mr. Reeves is summoning him to his office. Within the confines of Jonathan's office, he questions Tommy about whether his classes are going smoothly, which the latter confirms. He informs Tommy that Mr. Cooper praises his partnership with Suzanne, much to his pleasure. Jonathan admits that Suzanne's family is extremely powerful. Her father single-heartedly supports a substantial portion of the Academy. He emphasizes that Suzanne expressed her enjoyment of dancing with him. Therefore, Jonathan advises him not to blow it, leaving Tommy with a confused countenance. He urges him to stay focused and avoid any distractions that can jeopardize his career. Following that, in an audition filled with anticipation and with the presence of a high-esteemed dance jury, Monica Strauss, both Tommy and Suzanne walk in determined to impress her. They take their respective places and start dancing together, moving as one in palpable harmony, swaying with the music like a leaf in the wind. After their performance, Suzanne compliments Tommy for his strength and elegant moves. She reveals that her father will be holding a party the following night. She extends him an invitation, mentioning that distinguished people from the arts industry will be present. Initially, Tommy is hesitant, but Suzanne's seductive tone sways him to join her. She assures him that such an opportunity will be the icing on the cake for his career. Little does he know that he has taken the wrong decision. As they stroll down the bustling streets, Tommy expresses his desire to be with Kate, yearning to simply snuggle up in bed together. However, the latter reminds him of his school's commitment and her own promise to cover for her friend. Two reasons that stand in the way of their wants. In the following scene, we witness Kate immersed in the party's preparations. Later that night, during the party, we depict Suzanne, radiant and proud, introducing Tommy to her father as her dance partner. Her father greets him warmly, praising his professionalism and declaring him the best partner for his daughter. On the other hand, Kate is seen serving the guests. Suddenly, she spots Suzanne from afar, a sight that intensifies her irritation. Shortly after, Monica Strauss joins Suzanne's father, commending both his daughter and Tommy as the perfect dancing pair. Encouraged by Monica, Suzanne agrees to showcase their skills. She disappears for a few moments before showing off in a sleek black ballet dress. The crowd erupts into applause as her father announces the performance of the Black Swan Pas de Deux. Tommy joins her, dancing harmoniously and capturing the audience's attention. Kate, on the other hand, is thrown for a loop, unable to process the scene unfolding in front of her. Her boyfriend, who is supposed to be having a training session, is dancing alongside Suzanne, who rubbed salt in her wounds by belittling her for failing the Academy's audition. Upon the end of the dance, with a fantastic shoulder lift position, Suzanne steals the show by seizing the opportunity to kiss Tommy amidst the crowd's applause. Kate loses her cool, drops the platter on the ground. At that exact moment, Tommy spots her running away. He hastily follows Kate in an attempt to catch her. Tommy stops her in her tracks, explaining that Suzanne is just his dance partner, and rubbing shoulders with these events will help him network with influential people in the industry. Kate accuses him of using her, whereas Susanna is the real deal, which Tommy strongly denies. Nevertheless, Kate walks out on him with tears in her eyes. Seeking comfort, Kate retreats to the club's office, wrapped up in her thoughts. While she is in a world of her own, Sal walks in. Seeing her distress, he tries to lift her spirits by reminding her of the time she set the dance floor on fire. He gently pushes her to feel that same spark again. Kate finds herself attracted to the dance floor, where she gradually gives in to the allure of the vivid hip-hop music and lets her body swing. She draws the audience's attention by joining the dancers and radiating the music. Cooper suddenly emerges from the throng. He enjoys himself immensely as he watches Kate move about with such intensity. Transported to another realm full of zeal and passion, Kate loses herself within the melodies. The audience erupts into applause, praising her energy. Cooper welcomes Kate with an admirable gaze, commending her performance, wondering whether she needs a partner. They join the dance floor. They start dancing harmoniously, as if they had been dancing with each other for ages. All of a sudden, Tommy walks in, speechless by the scene unfolding in front of his eyes. He sees Kate grabbing Cooper's face into both hands, with their bodies extremely close to each other. When Kate notices him, she pulls herself away from Cooper's embrace, but the latter tests her limits. She doesn't bat an eye at Tommy's stare, but dances with Cooper, bewitching him with her alluring moves. Tommy seethes with anger, but he is frozen in his tracks. When the song is over, Kate tells Cooper to catch her outside the club. She joins him shortly. He hands her a helmet and asks her to hop on his bike. But after a second thought, she backs out. She believes that it is not a wise decision. She apologizes for raining on his parade and watches him ride away with a heavy heart. In the pitch-black night, we see Kate running through the streets, plagued by her mixed feelings. She gets to her home and shreds the audition papers. She discards her ballet shoes, throwing in the sponge from her dream. The next morning, we switch to Jonathan's office, where he summons Tommy, Suzanne, and another duo of dancers. He reveals that they have been invited by Monica Strauss to audition for the glass slipper, which delights them. He alerts them that there is no guarantee that they will make it. However, they will have a private audition before the open call. He fires them up and affirms that he and Cooper will be at their disposal to help them. Shortly after, Tommy bolts to the audition hall, searching for Kate, but she is nowhere to be found. He crosses paths with Cooper, who informs him that Kate probably doesn't give a hoot about her dream. Soon after, we follow Tommy and Suzanne, who are busy ironing out their training sessions for the glass slipper. As they wander through the academy corridors, Tommy spots a little girl who jogs his memory. He makes up an excuse to Suzanne and leaves, sits next to her. He asks her gently if she is Bella, and if she is looking for her sister, Kate Parker. Bella is caught off guard. However, Tommy reassures her, saying that he is her friend. Bella grills him about her sister, only to find out that she has no classes for the day. Tommy covers up for her. However, he informs her that he has a bead on her whereabouts. In the meantime, we depict Kate snug as a bug in a rug on the couch, enjoying ice cream while watching a ballet dance. Suddenly, she hears the doorbell. Annoyed, she goes to check who the visitor is, much to her delight when she spots Bella from the peephole. They embrace each other warmly. Tommy tells her that he informed her that Kate doesn't have class today. Kate thanks him with an eye of appreciation. Kate asks Bella to make herself at home to check the apartment in order to have a heart-to-heart with Tommy. She starts to confess that nothing happened between her and Cooper, but Tommy cuts her off, saying it's none of his beeswax, and urges her to join her sister. He takes his leave. However, Kate follows suit, admitting that she just wanted Bella to believe that it could happen. Tommy leaves her with a parting shot. She needs to believe it herself first. In the ensuing scene, we find Kate and Bella in the club. Bella, filled with excitement, rushes towards the dance floor, grooving to the beat of the music. Kate joins Sal and his girlfriend. The latter, teasingly, wonders whether the girl has an identity card. Soon he knows that she is Bella, Kate's sister. Kate expresses her desire for her sister to make the most of their final night before departing for their home. Taken aback, Sal questions her declaration. Sal's girlfriend leaves them for a private talk and joins Bella on the dance floor. Sal wonders whether her decision has something to do with Tommy, but she denies that. She confesses that she needs a fresh start in an attempt to break free from the shackles of failure she has struggled with. The next morning, as Bella sleeps peacefully, we see Kate packing up her belongings. Bella wakes up, confused, questioning her sister about her actions. Kate informs her that they're heading back home. Bella protests, saying she's just arrived and is eager to attend one of Kate's classes at the academy. It's then that Kate drops the bombshell she's not taking classes. She confesses that she thought she was good enough and did her best to get admitted, but she didn't make the cut. She admits that she kept it from Bella because she wanted her to keep chasing her dreams. Bella remains silent and disappointed by her sister's revelation. Meanwhile, Tommy hails a taxi and heads to the open audition. In the ensuing sequence, we catch sight of Kate and Bella, grieved, heading to the station. Overcome with emotion, Bella stops and takes a seat on a bench. Kate soon joins Bella, retrieves a paper from her bag. It is one of the glass slipper event, and hands it to Kate in an attempt to convince her to join the audition. She reveals that Tommy gave it to her, wishing Kate to take part and seize the opportunity. On the other hand, Kate believes that she won't make it because of the huge numbers of participants. However, Bella assures her that she is an excellent ballet dancer and that she will unquestionably pass the test. Initially hesitant, Kate finally agrees to join the audition. In the following scene, we depict Kate and Bella joining the fray in front of the open audition building, where they spot Tommy. Tommy greets them, expressing his happiness with Kate since she has thrown her hat into the ring and joined the competition. Wishing her good luck, he departs with both sharing gazes that speak volumes. Soon they enter the building, where Bella takes a seat among the audience, waiting eagerly for her sister's performance. Soon, the ladies take stage. They follow the instructions given to them professionally. We see them dancing in synchrony. Shortly after making their decision, the jury members ask the competitors to step into the limelight, for they have been chosen as the best, and they would like them to sit for the second round. Much to Kate's happiness, she is one of them. However, her countenance shifts when they require them to bring a resume. Later on, during the second round, we catch sight of both Kate and Suzanne performing within the same group. They all move with finesse and delicateness. Upon the conclusion of the performance, Suzanne receives commends for her impressive background, leaving Kate feeling inadequate. After checking her papers, the jury informs her that they lack her resume. Kate's countenance darkens as she unfortunately informs them that she has none, leaving them gobsmacked. Jonathan joins Cooper, listening to Kate attentively and recognizing her from the audition day. Monica asks her about her academic studies. Kate confesses that she hasn't had any classes worth writing about. She admits that she learned the ropes by taping productions off TV and mimicking what she saw, eliciting sneers from the other competitors. One of the jury members, curiosity piqued, wonders why she has never taken formal classes. With a heavy heart, Kate reveals her struggle with her father's preference for lottery over her education. However, she kept her nose to the grindstone. Therefore, she persists in her self-taught sessions. Everyone in the room is moved by her inspiring story, singing her praises for her efforts. Little did she know that sharing her life's ups and downs would take her to the final round. In the last performance, Monica pairs every two dancers together. Therefore, she pairs Tommy with Suzanne. Tommy holds the slipper and approaches Kate, and instead takes courageously her hand and pulls her to the dance floor, much to everybody's surprise and Suzanne's seething rage. Jonathan tries to intervene, yet Monica halts him, urging him to watch what they will be performing. As the music starts, we depict both Kate and Tommy being transported into their own realm of zeal and ardor. They dance flawlessly next to each other, eliciting the jury's admiration. In the ensuing scene, the glass slipper show begins, capturing the audience's attention. We depict Tommy and Bella standing next to each other, under the spotlight. Tommy approaches her, uncovering her face from the mask and signaling the start of the dance. Suzanne and her partner join the scene, forming a harmonious group. After showcasing their talent, Suzanne and her partner leave the stage, much to Suzanne's sadness. In the meantime, Kate and Tommy keep dancing elegantly. The dance concludes with a fervent kiss between the two. The audience erupts into thunderous applause, with Bella's scream in the air. Behind the scenes, We witness the huge festivities. As they share an affectionate hug, Suzanne joins Kate and Tommy with a heartfelt revelation. She admits that she thought that she was the one for the role, but Kate deserved it, and she nailed it. She hands her a stunning bouquet of flowers and kisses her on the cheek before departing. Bella hastily rushes towards her sister, hugging her and praising her performance. Cooper and Jonathan join shortly after, commending the couple's dancing. Jonathan approaches Kate, apologizing for her failed first audition at the academy, expressing how proud he is of her, and insists that she must be as proud of herself as well. In the last scene of the movie, Tommy plants a kiss on Kate's cheek and holds her high amidst the crowd's high cheers.